everyone, welcome back to Kodex Academy. I am Umansh Agarwal. Today we are going to create an exciting currency exchange project in Scratch. In this project, we will learn how to convert money from one country's currency to another, like Indian rupees, US dollars or euros. This will help us understand how currency exchange works in the real world. Using Scratch coding blocks, we will take an amount, apply the exchange rate, and display the converted value. So, are you ready? But before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. Now let's jump to Scratch. So now let's make our project named Currency Conversion. First, we need to make here two select currency and two drop down signs. In the previous video I made one select currency and one drop down sign. I recommend you to see that if you want to make the sprites by your own. So the link is in the description. You can see that video. So now first I will delete this cat sprite. I will upload a sprite. I will take my select currency 1 and 2. And now I will take my drop down 1 and drop down 2. So now I will go to select currency 1. I will take when flag click. I will go to looks. I will take show. Then I will go to motion, go to x00. And now I will make two variables, selected currency and open drop down. Over here, I will set selected currency to 0 and open drop down to 0. Now let's go to the drop down 1. Let's say I will do when flag clicked, switch costume to drop down closed. And actually it's a bit related, that is why we have to do again and again, change the sprites and then come again to that. Okay, so I need to hide these open, drop down and selected currency. I will go to the select currency 2. And there it's the same code but a little different. So I will take this and put it in select currency 2. And the variables, we are making new variables. The same ones, but we will add 2 after that because it's for the select currency 2. So means we will do like selected currency 2 for all sprites and open drop down 2. Okay, so I will hide these two variables now and I will set open drop down 2 to 0 and selected currency 2 to 0. So now we need to go to the drop down 2. Let's take when flag clicked, looks, switch costume to drop down close. And over here we will do the rest of the code. First, events, when the sprite is clicked, if then is equal to open drop down is equal to 0, then set open drop down to 1. Broadcast new message open currency drop down 2. Okay, and then we have to make two more variables. The first one is show answer text. These we will not use now, but we need to use it afterwards. Okay, text and done. Hide show answer text and outside the if then. And I will make one more variable that is called questions. Okay. And then I will hide all the variables. And now I will do one more block, that is when I receive open currency drop down 2, then switch costume to drop down open. Let's jump to drop down 1. I'll take the same code in the drop down 1, not take open drop down. I will take open drop down 2, set open drop down 2 to 1. And let's go to drop down 1 now. After this, we need to change one more thing, that is new message open currency drop down. Okay. And when I receive open currency drop down, then switch costume to drop down open. Now let's go to select currency. And when I receive open currency drop down, then show. And now let's go to the select currency 2, and there is the same. When I receive open currency drop down 2, then looks show. So it's like this. So when I will click this drop down icon of the first, you can see it's like changing. Need to select something from here. There is nothing to select over here. So we will add options right now, but I'm just showing you. Like for the second also, when I click this, then look, it changed. Now I'm going to take currency 1. So I will upload sprite and take this currency 1. Let's do the currency 1 coding. So for that, okay, when flag clicked, hide. Then when I receive open currency drop down, go to x00, looks, show. Then when the sprite is clicked, then if then operators is equal to 1, and if go to variables, take open drop down. If open drop down is equal to 1, then set selected currency to Australian dollar. And then I will broadcast new message close currency drop down. Okay, and then I will duplicate this. I will not take open drop down, but I will take open drop down too. So the meaning is, if the sprite will be clicked and if open drop down is equal to 1, then set selected currency to Australian dollar, broadcast close currency drop down, and then in the second also is the same but a little different. If open drop down 2 is equal to 1, then selected currency to Australian dollar, then broadcast close currency drop down. Then when I receive open currency drop down 2, then if then operators take is equal to sign, variables selected currency is equal to Australian dollar. I will just copy this Australian dollar and then go to motion, go to X 0 and Y 18. Then I will make them show and go to control, create a clone of myself. Oh, sorry, we need to take if then else, not if then. So I will take selected currency is equal to Australian dollar, then take the code which we have written, and in the else, let's duplicate this and take out this create clone of myself, put this into the else, and I'll change the position, the Y will only change and the x will be 0. So the y will be minus 34. Then show, and now we need to make a my block so that we will not repeat all the code again and again. So I will make a my block close currency drop down. Block close currency drop down. Okay, so here is it. Define block close currency drop down. First we will do something that when I receive close currency drop down, then go to my block, take block close currency drop down, and I will duplicate. When I receive close, after this I will take a set open drop down 0 and set open drop down 2 to 0. Then I will take if then else. After that, in this blank I will put equal to. In the first blank of the equal to, go to variables and I will take select currency 2. Here is it. Select currency 2 is equal to Australian dollar. I will paste it over here, and then in the then I will take another if then else like this. Then I will take a not and I will just duplicate this, not this 4. Select this, delete this one, and I will take selected currency. If not selected currency is equal to Australian dollar, then I will go to motion and take go to x0 and y minus 15. Then go to looks and take show. Else, I will duplicate this and put it in the else, and after that I will go to controls and create a clone of myself. And in this, if select currency 2 is equal to Australian dollar, then there comes else again of the first if then. So over here we will put the same code, but this time we will not put not. Simply like this, and down it will be a little bit different code. If select currency is equal to Australian dollar, then go to x0 y minus 18. Then show, and then we will put hide in the else. Okay, so this code is done. Now let's move to the next code, that is when I start as a clone. First I will go to control and take when I start as a clone. After that, take an if then else. If then else over here, and then I will take an equal to block from operators. Go to variables, open drop down 2 is equal to 1. Then I will go to motion, go to x, 0, y, minus 34. Then show. Else, go to x, I will duplicate this over here. Else, go to x0 and y18 and show. Okay, done. And yes, I also made a mistake. Over here in the when sprite is clicked, then set selected currency to Australian dollar, change that selected currency to. And then at the last of that code, go to control and put delete this clone. Done. We have done the currency 1 coding. Now I will upload the sprite and take my currency 2 and 3. Okay. Now I will go to the currency 2. That is Brazilian real. Okay. I will go to currency 1 and take all the code to currency 2. Okay, let's take these. Let's go to the currency 2 and set these. Great. So now in currency 2, whichever place there is written Australian dollar, just change it to Brazilian real. Okay, so I will do it now. Now I will copy this, paste, paste. Everywhere where is written Australian dollar, I'll just paste it. Let me check that everywhere I've pasted. Yes, perfect. So let's set the position. In this, when I receive open currency drop down to, go to X 0 but not Y18, Y36. And then this one else is the same. And when I start as a clone, else go to X0 and Y36. Then show. Go to the define block close currency drop down to X0 and Y3. And in else also go to X0 and Y3. Then else go to X0 Y36. Okay. The changes in currency 2 are done. So just let's move to currency 3 and take all the code from currency 2 to currency 3. Here's it. Now, the same place changes we are going to do. So when I receive open currency drop down to, if selected currency Chinese yuan. Okay. Over here, let's do Chinese yuan. So now I will copy it everywhere where is written Brazilian real. I will copy, paste. Okay, now let's go to the positions. And when I receive open currency drop down to, go to X0 and Y54. And in else it is the same. Okay, so the second if then else, if not selected currency is equal to Chinese yuan, then go to X0 and Y21. And else go to X0 and Y21. And then in the third if then else, go to X0 and Y54. Okay, now let's see how it will work. Wait a minute. And yeah, I think we forgot something. Go to the select currency 1 costumes and we will just write 1 over here. Okay, I will do this. And the select currency 2 and do the same thing, but I will write 2 over here. Okay, I will go to code. In the currency 3, when I start as a clone, the last code, in the else, go to X0 and Y54 we have to write, not 36. So let's try it again. Select currency, let's do it Chinese yuan. Select currency 2, Chinese yuan. Okay, now it's perfect. Now we will do the currency 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. We will upload a sprite and take the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, these all. So now we will take all the code into currency 4. Do the changes of currency 4. The name will be euro. Okay. Then if select currency is equal to euro, then go to X0 and Y70. And this is the same. And over here, go to X0 and Y38. Else go to X0, Y38. And in the third if then else, go to X0 and Y70. And one more place. When I start as a clone, go to X0, Y-34, show, and else go to X0, Y70. Okay, done currency 4 changes. Now in currency file, let's do. Okay, now let's set it. Now let's do the code. The changes. The fifth currency is Indian rupee. Okay, so I will change all the names to Indian rupee. I've changed the names. Now the positions. If select currency is equal to Indian rupee, then go to X0, Y87. Else nothing to change. Now block close currency drop down. Second if then else, go to X0 and Y54. And down also 54. In the third if then else, yes, 87. Okay. And now the last change, when I start at the clone, go to X0, Y minus 34, show else. Go to X0, Y87 and show. Okay, now let's go to the currency 6. And the sixth currency is Japanese yen. So now I will take all the code into currency 6, Japanese yen. Okay, we will write Japanese yen over here. Okay, done. And now the positioning. If selected currency is equal to Japanese yen, go to X0 but Y104, 104. And if not selected currency is equal to Japanese yen, go to X0 and Y72. And in the else also Y72. Okay, done. And in the third of the else, go to X0 and Y104. And over here also, when I start as a clone, go to X0, Y104. Okay, now in currency 7. Okay, so let's do it in currency 7. Okay, now all the code is here. Okay, now the changes. And the currency 7 is Mexican peso. So let's change the name to Mexican peso now. Okay, now the changes in the position. When I receive open currency drop down to, go to X0 and Y122. And now define block close currency drop down. Go to X0 and Y90. And else go to X0 and Y90. And in the third if then else, go to X0 and Y is equal to 122. And when I start as a clone, go to X0, Y minus 34. Else go to X0 and Y 122. Okay, 7 changes are also done. Now of currency H, the same trick I have to do. And now let's do the changes. And this one is pound sterling, so let's change the names. Pound sterling. Okay, now the X and Y positions is, let's go to when I receive open currency drop down to, go to X0 and Y 140. Then else is the same. Okay, now define block close currency drop down. Go to X0 and Y 108. And else go to X0 and Y 108. Okay, then in the third if then else, go to X0 and Y 140. And when I start as a clone, go to X0 and Y minus 34, else go to X0 and Y 140. Okay, now in 9 Russian ruble, let's do the same technique. I think so we have to do the changes, and this is Russian ruble. The names where there are written pound sterling, just change it to Russian ruble. And now the positioning. So when I receive open currency drop down to, if go to X0 and Y 158. And else is the same. And define block close currency drop down. Go to x0 and y 126, else 0 y 126. And in the third, if then else, 158. And now when I start as a clone, go to x0 and y minus 34, else go to x0 and y 158. Okay, now I will put all the code into the 10th currency, the last currency, and then we are going to do the currency exchange button. Now let's do the changes. The Russian ruble to United States dollar. Okay, so I will write United States dollar. Okay, now let's go to the positioning changes. So when I receive open currency drop down to, go to x0 and y 176. Also the same. And now let's go down to define block close currency drop down. Go to x0 and y 144. And in the else also go to x0 and y 144. Then in the third if then else, go to x0 and y 176. Okay. Now when I start as a clone, go to x0 and y minus 34, so else go to x0 and y 176. Okay, all the currencies are done and let's check if our coding is working perfectly. Now I will directly start from the fourth currency, that is euro. Okay, euro is perfect. Now Indian rupee, perfect. Japanese yen, perfect. I am telling you something. This is very important in the game. And when you select any of these, just you have to select on the perfect letter. Or else if you will select on the white space, it will not be selected. So you have to select the letter. Okay. Let's jump to the project again. So Japanese yen is perfect. Mexican peso, let's check Mexican peso. And here also Mexican peso, perfect. Pound sterling is also perfect. Russian ruble is also perfect. And now the United States dollar and United States dollar. Okay, all of the currencies are working perfectly. Nice. Now we are going to do the currency exchange button. So I will upload a sprite and take the currency exchange button. So now let's move to currency exchange button. First you have to select these two, select currency 1 and select currency 2. Then you can click the currency exchange. Then it will ask you a question that how much you want to convert the select currency 1 which you have selected to the select currency 2 which you have selected. So for example, I will take in the select currency 1 I have taken USD, United States dollar, and in the select currency 2 I have taken Indian rupee. Then I click the currency exchange button. Then it asks that how many United States dollar you want to convert to Indian rupee. So it will ask the question to the user and the user has to enter the answer of the question like 1, 2, 3, 4. How much dollar you want to convert to Indian rupee. So like that it will work. So let's start the coding of currency exchange button. Okay, first let's check and flag clicked. Then I will go to the variables, hide show answer text and hide questions. Now I will make a list named currency value. Okay, this is our list. We will hide this list and this will be here. Hide it. Then I will take from this, delete all of currency value, then looks and show. Now go to events, when the sprite click, then again we need to put hide variable show answer text, then delete all of currency value, then we will take a if then, and if inside this blank first we will take a not, then inside that we will take and in the first we will take a equal to, and in the second also we will take a equal to, not an and in the first box of the first equal to I will take select currency variable, selected currency is equal to empty and select currency 2 is equal to empty. Then set question to, I will take join exchange, and then in the second block I will put here join selected currency, then join into select currency 2, and then we will take show variable question. Go to variables, take show variable questions, then go to sensing, ask question, go to variables and take questions, and then hide variable question. Hide variable questions. Now we are going to make a my block. So I will name over here currency exchange block. Then I will add an input that is selected currency, then another input that is currency num. Num means it's the short form of number. Then add another input of number and text that is selected currency 2. Like this. This is our define block. Now, after hide variable questions, we will take currency exchange block over here, and in the first blank we will put variables and we will put selected currency. Then into that we will put sensing answer, and then go to variable and we will put selected currency 2. Then set show answer text to, let's take operators join, and in this join we will take answer, then another join into the bananas place, then at the apples place it will be blank, then we will take another join, we will take selected currency. Now we will take another join at the bananas place, and in the apples place we will write equal to, then we will take another join is equal to. Now go to variables and we will take converted currency value, then we will take another join, and at the apples place it will be blank, and we will not take another join, and we will take selected currency 2 over here. Okay, so this is the code like this, and you can see it's too big over here. It's okay, never mind. And then what we have to do is show answer text. Show variable show answer text. Now we will define currency exchange block. And in this, we will take one more my block. We will make one more my block. Over here, we will write currency value. Then we will add an input number or text and write currency over there. Okay. And we will add another input number or text and we will write value index. Value index. Okay. So here's it. Now we are going to define currency exchange block. For that, first we will take currency value 1. Then we will take select currency from here and put it into the first blank. And into the second blank, we will write 1. And we will take one more this currency value. But we will not take selected currency, but we will take selected currency 2. And we will write 2 in the second blank. Now one more block we are going to take is we will set converted currency value. First I will take divided block and in the first blank I will put multiply, and in the first blank of the multiplier sign I will go to the variables list and take item 2 of currency value. Item 1 of currency value is written, but I will write here item 2 of currency value, then multiplied by currency num. Over here I will take currency num over here and then divided by item 1 of currency value. Like this. Okay, so this is done. And now I will define currency value index. First I will take if then take equal to sign, then take currency is equal to United States dollar. I will go to variables, down, insert thing 1 at of currency value, insert 1 at value index of currency value. In my time, when I'm making the video, in my time the United States dollar was $1 was equal to that money that I'm going to insert over here. In your time and in my time, there will be some difference between the value of the currency. The currency rate can be up and down. So just check it and you can change it by your side. You can make it over here. So what I'm doing here is of today when I'm making this video. So you can change it at your time. Okay. So I will duplicate this now. If currency is equal to Australian dollar. Okay. Then insert 1.39 of value index of currency value. And then I will duplicate this. If currency is equal to Brazilian real, then insert 4.99 at value index of currency value. Then I will duplicate this. If currency is equal to Chinese yuan, then insert 6.82 at value index of currency value. Then I will duplicate this. If currency is equal to euro, then insert 0.85. And yes, after currency equal to whichever you are writing, just check you are writing the exact same what is written over here, or else it will not work. Okay, so I will duplicate this now. If currency is equal to Indian rupee, insert 93.39 of value index. Now I will duplicate this, and if currency is equal to Japanese yen, then insert 158.76. Now I will duplicate this. So this is my current time values. You can change it to your time values. So now I will take Mexican peso. Then insert 17.25 at value index of currency value. Now I will duplicate this, put it here. If currency is equal to pound sterling, then insert 0.74 at value index of currency value. Now the last one is I will duplicate this. If currency is equal to Russian ruble, then insert 75.50 at value index of currency value. So now we have put these values. If I exchange the currency like United States dollar to Indian rupee, then it will take the value, and if I change United States to Japanese yen, then it will change the value of the Indian rupee also. So our project is fully ready. Let's go on big screen. Left click. Okay, so I will take United States dollar here, and over here I will take Indian rupee, currency exchange, and yes, question will come over here with a large readout. And I think we have done a mistake somewhere. Oh, in this set questions to join exchange, after exchange just put a space, and then after into put a space, and before into put a space. Now let's try it. So I will do United States dollar, and over here Indian rupee, exchange currency. Now look, it's perfect. Okay, now let's see. And flag clicked. Now I will take the different. So select currency 1 will be Australian dollar, and select currency 2 will be Japanese yen. Then currency exchange. Exchange Australian dollar into Japanese yen. I will take 5. 5 Australian dollar is equal to 571.0791 Japanese yen. This big number. If you want to round off that, so you can. Okay, now I will select Brazilian real, and here I will select Indian rupee. Currency exchange button, I clicked. Exchange Brazilian real into Indian rupee. I'll type 1. Okay. 1 Brazilian real is equal to 18.715 Indian rupee. Nice. The code is working perfectly. I hope you like and understand this video. If you like, subscribe, and share this video to your family and friends. And yes, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss the latest update. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. See you in the next video.